Welcome to Amplifying Leadership and Tip Thursday with Tara. I am your host, Tara Lehman, a partner, coach, and consultant at Twin Life Coaching and Business Services, of which Amplifying Leadership is our leader division. The purpose of Tip Thursday with Tara is to enhance your leadership skills, build on what you already know, or perhaps learn something new. I will discuss a leadership tip or information to help you on your leadership path each Thursday. A famous philosopher, Epictetus, hopefully I said it right, once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." That for everybody should be, as leaders and everybody else actually, should be key to understanding what active listening is. As a reminder, we do have 2 ears. We are expected to listen when people talk to us. And we're expected to hear them, not just pretend to listen. We are leaders and we need to take in the information that our teams or employees or customers, vendors, board of directors may need us to take in. So today's tip is about how you can actively listen. So absolutely number 1, listen more than you talk. You need to make sure that you do have your ears open and that you're focused on what that person is telling you. You don't want to miss some awesome idea that makes you make money, do you? Second is you need to pay attention. So what does paying attention look like? Paying attention means you are not on your computer staring or answering an email while somebody is talking to you. When someone comes to talk to you, you're going to put everything down. Turn off the beeping if possible. Close the door if confidential, or if you're afraid of interruptions, and give them their full attention. This means you're looking at them, you're actually hearing what they have to say, and you're communicating if you don't quite understand with some follow-up questions, such as, "So what I think I'm hearing you say is this," or "I'm not sure I'm fully grasping what you're trying to tell me. Can you please explain it in a different way?" There are many different follow-up questions. The idea is to make sure that you are not having your focus somewhere else so that you're distracted. You want to give 100% focus when actively listening to the person you're talking to. That will help build the trust, especially if they're an employee, and it will help build that community that you want within your team. So we're going to listen more than we talk, and we're going to pay attention, focus on the speaker. Also, don't interrupt the speaker mid-sentence, if and when possible. There might be that odd time where you absolutely need to do that, but for the most part, you don't want to interrupt them. You need to let them feel they're being heard by allowing them to finish their sentence before you say anything else. They're bringing up a safety issue you just heard about. You don't want to just say, "You know what, I already heard about it. Don't worry about it." You want to listen because perhaps there's something you didn't get the first time that this person's now telling you about. Or maybe it's the same information, but this person also needs to feel heard. So that is about not interrupting the speaker, okay? And not allowing other things to interrupt the speaker, like your phone dinging or that email or the door, etc. As I had mentioned earlier, another tip is to clarify anything you don't understand that they're telling you. We all take in information differently. And believe it or not, we take in lots of information in 1 second. Our 5 senses are constantly going. We never all see the same situation exactly the same way. So remember that when you're asking for that clarification and so that you don't interrupt. Because we really do want to understand their view of whatever it is they're coming to talk to us about. I also mentioned this earlier, and I'm going to mention it again. Please turn off those devices when someone is coming to speak with you. They need to know that you're not going to pay attention to the ding or the email or the phone ringing. If and when possible, turn those sounds off so you're not disrupted either. You want to give them their full attention and you want to understand what they're saying without interruption. So any way to get rid of those interruptions when they come in, And at first, when they come in, just say, give me 1 second. I want to turn these things off so I can give you my full attention. I want you to try using various types of communication where possible. And I'll come back to these in another tip. There are basically 4 types of communication. So you have your written, which is, of course, the written word. You have the non-verbal, which is actively listening, which we're talking about today. Things like eye contact and body language. There's obviously verbal, which can be anything from talking to singing to yelling or gossip. Of course, the last 2 we don't want to do. Symbolic, which is maybe your clothing, your jewelry, how you speak or laugh, and things that make you unique when you're communicating. So those are the 4 types of communication, and we probably will have to come back to those so my tips don't go on too long. All right. So what's the next thing you need to do? You need to ignore the voices in your head. Okay, I don't mean this in a derogatory way at all. I mean, our minds are constantly thinking. I call it the mouse wheel of to-dos sometimes in your mind. And those thoughts may interrupt you, and you might find your mind wandering and not focused on who's talking to you. Quickly recognize it's happening in your mind. Throw those thoughts away and refocus your attention. So even if it's a little tap on your leg to remind you to pay attention, if you miss something, just say, I think I just missed something. Can you please repeat what you just said? Make sure that you're always bringing that attention back to them, because our minds will go somewhere else, especially if we have that big board meeting coming up or a report due, etc. And last and first is listen more than you speak. We need to be able to hear them. They are our people. They are who run our company. They are who the customer pays along with us. Okay, so that's your tip today. And please remember, active listening is like a muscle. It needs work. It's not a one and done. You need to never stop coming back to it and making sure that you're refocusing. And you can use it at home too. I hope you were able to take away something as a tip for your leadership development on active listening today. If you are wanting to develop your skills, or perhaps you want to join a supportive leadership community, then please visit amplifyingleadership.ca, a Twin Life coaching and business services division. Until next time, please be safe and be an amazing leader or leader to be.